the concorso internazionale this afternoon. The film is a co-production between Denmark and Iceland. It's called Vinterbrødre, and I'm very glad to welcome on my left the director, Hilum Parson. Welcome. And then going to the left end of the table, the two producers, Julie Waltersdorf Hansen, welcome, and Per Damgaard Hansen. And the leading cast, the two Winter brothers of the title, Simon Sears and on my right, Elliot Kosset-Hoff. So thank you for coming to Locarno. Thanks for bringing the film to Locarno. Of course, if I guess most of the journalists here have seen the film yesterday, so if you have a question, please just raise your hand and drop it. Otherwise, I will kick this off by starting by asking Dino about his path to this film, because his work before this film is in visual arts, is in land art, is in many different forms of artistic work, and in film as well, but this is your first feature film, and so how you came to this project?
Yeah, I think for me it's a constant process where I work with various things, and sometimes there tends to grow a sort of a narrative out of the things, out of the process. And if it does, it becomes a film. Or before Vinterbrødre, it was a short film or a video work or etc. But with Vinterbrødre, it felt bigger than a video piece. It felt it had a world and a narrative that was more suited for cinema. And I don't know where it started, but I think the trigger of making it was, or the core of the film, or the drive for me every day was the lack of love story within this Vinterbrødre world.
In terms of production of such a project, I mean, it might seem like an easy film in a way. There's one location, basically the cast is not that large, but on the other hand, I think the project was extremely radical and challenging. And so how was for you to start working with Hino, and you also involved in his previous work? It was the first time for you to work with an artist. Which was the specific challenge of approaching such a project?
We attended film schools together and continued that process of working and knowing the minds and the ways of working and what's important and what's less important. And Vinterbrødre is a low budget talent film, so we financed it under a talent scheme. So actually the process was quite squeezed in terms of money. I guess it always is in all kinds of movie making these days, but so the approach was definitely to keep it at the one location and have the cast and have the crew at the same place at the same time, so it was able for us to move at all times. So when it was snowing outside, we could go outside and film a scene where the two brothers are walking through the woods and then the snow is coming. So we had the freedom and we had the flexibility to move around that made the process also chaotic, but also on the other side very organic, I guess, to the rest of to the entire production actually.
Please, okay, here.
Hi, I'm Sergeant from Serbia. You said that film is all about seeing and listening, something like that. What do you like to see and listen in real life, and what during the making of the film?
I think that in real life it's just everyday things. I think film is not necessarily just a story. I think it is, and there is a narrative, in film. But I think cinema is really good at working with sound and image, because of a very isolated black room with sound all around you and a big screen. I think experiencing the film is, for me at least, more important, than having some sort of statement, or for me, I can only be truthful if I'm like that. But with sound, I think seeing and hearing it's part of the process. When I'm writing a script at a certain location, for example in the chalk limestone valley, you begin to hear the sound of the space, and therefore you write a scene, or for example, the limestone scenes outside that are really silent, and then the very loud scenes in the underground. I think they tell a lot, and I think they also create a space where you can fill it out with a lot of narrative. Like, for example, the underground scenes that are pitch black. So you have a space, but you don't have a location because you can't see the things around you. So the sound is a very big part of expressing that scene or expressing that part of the film. So it's a very, very big part of Vinterbrødre.
In this regard, you said about creating a space, but you also create a specific time which is very hard to pin down. I mean, there are VHS, there are strange clothes that you don't really understand from what time they come. They do this very old work of digging up this limestone. Was that also a specific aim? And then these instructional videos that they also seem to come from a Cold War time that is pretty unclear. That was also another aim of placing the war story in this very obscure setting, both in terms of space and time.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too confusing. I really didn't want it to be too much noise in the experiencing of the film. And I think creating a world that we could sort of control in a way, and that weren't too many possibilities of, there was only one road, one place they work, one place they sleep. So I tried to strip it down, so we only had, the most basic things. This was just something that I wanted because I wanted just to work with very basic feelings, basic feelings that the character expressed. I did that also with the short film before, where we took everything. We took color, we took language, and I think in this film it felt really important just to have a very simple world to work with.
In the film, sense of isolation is a very important motive, I guess, for the relationship between two brothers. But for me, maybe I'm wrong, that definition of isolation is more connected to Iceland than to Denmark. Why did you choose to make film in Denmark, in Danish language, Danish actors, than to Iceland?
Why I made a film rather in Denmark than Iceland? I think I live in Denmark, but I work in Iceland also. So in a way, I'm between countries. But I work with both. So for me, film is a very international language. So I think it doesn't really. I think my films have very deep roots to Iceland. Because I grew up there. It's like my past. But the now is in Denmark, and I think the film reflects that temper. What sort of temper I have. And the future is unknown, so that is part of the desires, the dreams, everything. So I think for me it doesn't matter if it's in Iceland and Denmark. I think I will do both.
About isolation, I mean, that sense,
Isolation.
because Iceland is a very isolated island. So
I think cinema is really good to express, you know, things like isolation, you know, like the deepest sense of things, you know, something that is fragile and isolated, and you know, for me, it was a big part of expressing Emil, the main character. You know, he doesn't fit in. He's like sort of an enigma. He longs for passion, for being seen or loved, or you know, it doesn't. He's like he doesn't fit into the machine, you know. And I think isolation probably comes from that, you know.
Vous m'excusez, je parle français. Vous comprenez? Ok, comme tous les gens qui sont francophones sont mauvais anglophones. Alors, j'ai perdu beaucoup de temps en courant. Ça va. J'ai perdu beaucoup de temps en courant là, pour trouver la traduction. Finalement, j'ai trouvé. Si vous m'excusez, si vous pouvez, là, au début, me faire un raccourci de 2 minutes là, sur ce que vous avez dit au commencement, sur les films, parce que j'ai trouvé un film très dur, très fort, mais je voudrais avoir une compréhension de votre travail. Qu'est-ce que ça? 2 minutes, ça suffit, les autres vont pas s'en aller.
How do I do that? I think a short summary. Can I take this out? A short summary would be that Vinterbrødre is a world, a space, and within this world there's a core, a beating heart. And I think that's the lack of love story, or the want, the need to be desired and loved. And I think we've been talking about that, and sort of talking about, you know, important aspects of the film, like being isolated, or I think that would be summary.
Also the process of how your work reflects each other.
Yeah, and we talked about the process and how in the process when you're in a process, it's like things emerge. You know, when you're working, things emerge, and they emerge parallelly. You know, the movement of the film and the sound of the film is just as important. The dialogue is just as important as the narrative. Everything is just as important. I think people tend to say it's a very visually strong film, and I come from a visual art. But visual art is also audible. You know, there's also audio and sound in visual art. So it's a bit paradoxical, but everything is paradoxical. So I think that it is a visual film, but it's also very much a sound film, and the dialogue is just as important as the visual. So I think these were a couple of things.
I would like to also ask a question from the actors of the film, starting from with Elliot. I think this is a role that you developed together in an extremely unusual way. I've read that you've gone through taking pictures, interviews, visiting the site, and working with Lino over a long time to develop this character. Would you like to tell us something about this experience for you, which I think it was rather unconventional for an actor nowadays?
Thank you. I was so lucky that I got to be a part of Leonard and Julius and our cinematographer Maria and our editor Julius's graduation film from the film school, which was shot in 2012. that experience was amazing, and that created a connection, and so when I also became a part of the Vinterbrødre, for me I felt very safe because I had already experienced working with Lina and Jude and everyone, and that was so that gave me a very nice feeling of comfort, and then I felt I knew the man a little, and I knew, okay, this is going to be a wild, crazy, tough, wonderful experience, and if we have to do it, we have to do it right, and right. What is that? That is all in, and dinner when we talked, the things that were most important for him, as I see it, about the character was the lack of love and the turmoil inside the character, the frustration and all those feelings, and that Emil, the character, was an enigma, a kind of force of nature, and therefore often perhaps in acting you talk about the backstories and where does my character come from, what has he or she experienced in the future or in the past, sorry, and we didn't really work with that. It was more the core, the essence of the characters, and that was wonderful to go out and see the factory and just talk, and I felt we talked a lot, and also that we didn't talk that much, and there was a lot of I felt trust, and I think I'm please if I can answer better. and then Simon, and then we were then we had a great collaboration.
Simon, for you it's difficult for you, I think, because in a film where everything like goes off, you are the one who's supposed to be like the kind of reference point for your brother. I mean, and you also carry the responsibility of the final shot in the film. I mean, you are the character where everything finally converges, surprisingly, because someone would expect to find Emily in the end of the film, but then how was for you like to be in this world, like Leon said, and playing this character that was supposed to be like a reference to the world of Emily, which is exploding in a way?
I think that actually Emil and Johan is like very similar. They deal with the same things. They have the same upbringing, but they handle it in two different ways. Johan gets extremely introverted on it. He knows that to survive in this environment, he has to deal with it, be there, and he goes the opposite direction. I think that was where the code for household is. But it was I think it was very easy to work with Clint. He had one direction for me always, and that was Simon. Effortless. And I think it was it's just spot on, clear.
Did he say effortless also on the fighting scene? Because I didn't see effortless.
Not that one. No, that was all in. Let's go for it. We did. So I know Elliot so well. We've gone to school together, and so there was a lot of trust as well in between us. We just like each other, and I also think that's, and we talk a lot, and it's been an awesome experience together.
There's one final question from the audience. Okay, loyal.
Simon or Simon. how did it come that you are a relatively new actor, film actor in Denmark, because you are 33, you did a lot of television and theater. Does it say something about your taste in film or Danish directors' taste?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
How did it come that you are a relatively new film actor at 33 in Denmark? Why did you? Yes.
It's a long story. I'll try to make it short. I'm 33 years old. I was a professional dancer before I decided to become an actor. I didn't know, and I knew when I was like 23, 4-ish, and I applied to the school, which we both went to, and that took 4 years. You know, so that's basically the reason. I just realized a little later.
Okay, this afternoon, of course, the Vinterbrødre will have its world premiere in competition at the Baby, so I wish you all a nice lunch and relaxing lunch, because then it will be more exciting. And so see you later, and thanks, and the next press conference coming up, so please stay. Thank you.